So we are back over on Reddit on Am I Overreacting? Am I Overreacting? Speaking to my wife after her affair. Oh, that already sounds messy. Let's see. How long can you keep treating me like I am nothing over something that I did that meant nothing to me? I know nothing I do would ever excuse what I've done, and I can't apologize enough. I raised two children. I am old. My hair is turning gray. It's turning gray. I hate looking at myself in the mirror, and I work so much all the time. I am a mother and a wife. Do you know how that makes a woman feel? Old. I felt old. Then for a short time, I felt young, and that was all I was longing. I know I can't apologize enough, but that's all it was. All I want is to fix this. For the children, for our unborn grandchild, for us. Wait, hold on. Hold on. So, all right, so this woman cheated, clearly, but she only did it, as she says, it didn't mean anything to her. And yet she continues talking about the fact that she misses feeling young, but it doesn't mean anything to her. But this entire thing that she just spoke about was the fact that she feels old and she misses her young days. All right, you got it. You're joking, right? I'm not going to do this over text right now. Then let me come home and we can talk. Please. You don't know what this does to me. I am nothing without my family. I'm here, I go to work, I come back. Dahlia is getting concerned for us. I'm guessing Dahlia, I don't know if Dahlia is one of their kids. Dahlia is getting concerned for us. This is really hurting my heart the longer we are away from each other. I think that she's going to say for each other, right? The longer we are away from each, I guess, other. I don't want to wait till Tuesday to see you. Can we please maybe just get some dinner? You know, one of the funniest things that I noticed about relationships is that women have the tendency to 100% not respect when a guy is trying to pump the brakes on something, probably because it's needed. It's kind of like a woman is able to get upset at the fact that you're upset at her for fucking up. Follow me on that. Does that make sense? Right? She cheated and she's basically gonna try to force her way to getting something that I guess is in her favor by making up all of these excuses, and that's just gonna be okay. I don't know who Dahlia is. I don't know if that's the kid. Hopefully, we continue these messages that'll shed some light. Or Dahlia can probably be a family member or a friend. Who knows? Let's see. I work today. My knee and back are acting up. I'm not going out. You aren't coming here. You can wait till Tuesday. So my man already has her out the house. It's his house. I'm guessing so it's his house. He told her to get the step in. Ladies, this is what you risk when you do shit like this. When a guy properly gets you up out of there, and now I kind of understand why you have some individuals. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm pretty sure there's a different equivalent of a guy trying to snake his way back into a relationship, and the girl is a little bit too weak to get him away from her. Just like women prey on some dudes who they're trying to get away from the girl, and the girl has a stronger will and with manipulation. I'm pretty sure there's an opposite version of this somewhere. But this is the proper way to do it. In this situation, the guy removed the woman away from the equation. It's his house. He doesn't want her there. She's not going to force her way from what we're seeing. He's not allowing her to even be in his space anymore. Don't matter about being married. You're keeping me from my children. They are both minors. You can't do that to me. I am their mother. You guys are my family. Please, please, I'm begging you. I'm begging you, let me come there so I can just see my kids. So she's trying to manipulate this dude to get her way. 100. You see, it went from it meant nothing to her. She was old to some other person's feels some type of Dahlia or whatever the fuck it is, and now it's you're not letting me see the kids. Okay, I'm begging you, let me come there just to see my kids. Oh, my kids. I'll go back to the guest room. I won't talk to you. I'll cook dinner. for you guys and can take care. I'm sorry, I cook dinner for you guys and can take care of your knee and your back. Nope, nope, mm-mm, mm-mm, no, no, you're not going to sit there. That's called funny business. Mm-mm, nope. She over here talking about some shit. See, she's talking about she's not going to be nowhere around. She's not going to talk to you, but then she's also going to take care of you. Nope. This this woman. I'm not keeping you from anyone. Both the boys have access to a vehicle and can come see you if they wish. They don't. You're not coming home. I'm not being heartless. I laid in our bathtub for over an hour just to avoid coming out and seeing your miserable face. You crying as if you actually sorry. I tried to do the you at home thing, but you make me sick to my stomach. You tried to sleep with me 4 days after I let you move back home. Tried seducing me, and when I stated that you cried that you I'm sorry, and when I stated that you cried, said how sick it is, you have to seduce your own husband. I'm sorry. Hold on. I gotta read it the way that he said it. And when I stated that you tried to seduce what? That you cried, said how sick it is, you have to seduce your own husband. Well, you slept with a boy, not a man, a 25-year-old. That's only 8 years older from our oldest son. Wait, hold on. Wait, hold on. Her son is a minor. Her son is 17, 16, and she's sitting here talking about you keeping the kids away from me. Yo, wow. I gotta listen. This is perhaps one of the first times we've ever read a story, guys and gal, because there's only like one girl that follows the channel, of the guy with a good head on his shoulders on a swivel, and he's privy to the games that she's trying to play. He brought her back, and she tried to seduce him. Now, granted, of course she's gonna try to do that because she wants what she realized that she can lose the thing that she thought wasn't as important when she was cheating. Anyway, you slept with a boy, not a man, a 25-year-old. That's only 8 years. I mean, shit, what do you mean 25-year olds ain't a man anyway? You slept with a boy, not a man, a 25-year-old. That's only 8 years older from our oldest son. You let him bring you home and you hoard around and forgot about our family. Oh, wait, hold on. She fucked him at the house? You let him bring you home and you hoard around and forgot about our family and forgot about me injured. You got a call that my car. Whoa, this shit is getting dark. Hold on. She cheated when he got injured? What was the last video I just did where somebody's grandmother passed away? And homegirl let her friend nut up inside. I'm sorry, we don't say nut on this channel. That's so vulgar. We say bust that gogurt. Let another dude bust his gogurt inside of him. Oh, this is crazy. You got a call that my car flipped and ran to the hospital ready to be by my side. Oh, okay. My aid through sickness and health. And when I was in bed for weeks recovering, you went and fucked a man child, conceived his child. I'm sorry. Whoa, whoa. Okay, hold on now. All right, no more games. This is crazy. From the top, one more time. The hospital ready to be by my side, my aid through sickness and health. And when I was in bed for weeks recovering, you went and fucked a man child, conceived his child, then lost it in the middle of our living room in front of our sons. You say to me how I don't understand how you're grieving a child. Well, I'm grieving my wife and my family I had. If you want this marriage to have any shot at working, you have to listen to our therapist and start giving me the space I need to get over this sickness. So not only did she cheat, she let this other guy bust raw inside of her. Was she not thinking of caring? Or did she just allow him to overwrite? That's what is going on. What is going on with these women doing this? If you want this marriage to have, okay, all right. We were a happy family before you stepped out. How dare you speak to me that way? I am your wife. I don't care if I am in your home or not. I am your wife and I'm the mother of your children. The way you, man, fuck this bitch, man. Man, fuck, man, you a fucking idiot if you even, yo, kick this. I wouldn't care if this girl turns into one of them weirdos that you sit there and you say to yourself, what the fuck happened to you down the line 20 years later? Nah, buddy, that relationship is over. Get your divorce. Listen, get your divorce. There's no salvaging this. She's manipulative as hell. She does not care about anybody but herself. And you sitting there talking about some therapist? What race do you think this group is? I'm just gonna sit here and say that. Not all of them, but what race do you think is more likely to end up in some shit like this and then need to see a therapist to fix their fucking problems like this? That's all I'm gonna say. See, I don't. My thing is, you can be whatever you want to be, but when you get a little culture in your life, when you start to dip and dabble in other cultures and you become wise as an American, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You see other cultures, right? You're better equipped to sit there and go, oh hell no, Courtney, you're not gonna have my ass looking like that with that yee ass bullshit. Get your goofy ass out of here. And my man is a cowboy. He's saying shit like this, but he has some friends from different groups. You know what I'm saying? He had Pablo stop the looting, stop the shooting. He had Jerome and Tyrone. Hey, what's up, bro? Nah, we ain't doing that over here, buddy. Nah, take that shit. Nah, not on this block. You know what I'm saying? When you are actually diverse with your friends and shit like this, no way in hell you gonna sit here talking about some goddamn counselor where she just let some fucking dude bust his gogurt inside of her. She already had children, but she wanted to feel young again. That man was flipping that woman all ways to Sunday. You know she was sucking him off. You know she was because she let this man bust inside of her. 25-year-old wanted to do all them things to your wife. And you sit here talking about you want to make things work with a therapist. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And I don't mean to exclude the ladies. Ladies, you gotta agree with me on this one right here. That shit's crazy, right? You gotta agree. Now, I'm not talking about. We're not talking about the rats. We're not talking about the ghetto monkeys and the ghetto monkettes. This channel is not for them, right? We're not talking about the trailer trash, right? We're not talking about those type of people. I'm talking about decent-minded individuals. Would you stay in a relationship like this? Come on now. I wouldn't care if she was the mother of a dynasty with me. The way you describe me blows my mind. You were swearing up and down how you wanted this marriage to work. Now you're not sure. I know the situation is beyond messed up. I messed up, but I lost my baby. Something slipped my mind to say something fucked up towards a child, but you know what? That's actually evil because that kid didn't ask for that. That kid didn't ask for that shit, and that's sad. That's sad. I lost my baby. I never expected loss like that. You're going too far. Up, appeal to emotion. I never experienced loss like that. You're going too far. This is going too far. I'm willing to change. Please just tell me how. My wife had an affair after I was in an accident, a short lived one, but she got pregnant and miscarried. I was determined to make this marriage work. We've been together 22 years. 22 years. Again, can we please bring up when we had there was a comment in one of my videos recently talking about, oh, the problem was you was dating a woman that was too young. Women that are too young are not, you can't have relationships with them. And it's like, my dude, there's no difference between a girl who's literally 18 and a woman who's 50. There's no different mentally. You either find a good woman in that age, somewhere in that age, or you don't. Bad women can be of any age. They don't change. Their mentality don't change over the years. It may fluctuate from time to time, but it doesn't change for the most part. If she's a good woman, she's gonna be a good woman at 18 until she's 50. If she's a bad woman, she may be able to hide it, but at some point it's gonna pop up. 22 years of marriage going down the fucking drain. So we can already say if her old we could already say this woman is in her 40s, probably 50s almost. Hasn't learned the goddamn thing. My family's the only real thing I ever had. She left for a little while, then I let her move back home. It wasn't working. She tried to sleep with me a few days after coming back, which made me angry. I couldn't stop resenting her. I asked her to leave again. She's staying with her sister. We started marriage therapy. Our therapist recommended us to first only see each other once or twice out the week. She's mad at how I snapped on her. And now I'm starting to feel kind of guilty as well because as much as I'm hurting, this is as well the only family she's ever had. Man, fuck her, dog. What is this cuckery, dog? Like you're putting yourself in the so when couples sorry, when a certain race that's more prone to this type of thing, polygamous relationships and cuckery, what they do is that they go in the corner and it's called the cuck chair, right? And the dude who enjoys watching his wife get cucked or whichever way, mostly dudes, sit in the cuck chair. You are buying the chair and assembling it from IKEA and putting it in the corner. What are you and here's the funny thing. I bet she's still fucking somebody on the side. Man, oh, this is crazy. You really sitting out here talking about you sad about her well, you know what now? No, maybe this is messed up of me to say this. And the reason why is because I kind of know what that feels like, right? Believe it or not, um, when a girl for me, I had a girl do me dirty. She didn't cheat on me, but after she broke up with me, she did something really fucking stupid. And then when she told me, she hit me with, "Oh, I felt so bad because I just wanted to be around you, and you weren't there." And I'm not gonna lie to you, she had me in the first half, right? Because for me, I was more sad about the fact that she went through it until she hit me with, when she tried to like flip the script on me to make me feel bad, and then I just was like, hold up, you put yourself in that situation. I didn't put you in that situation. I warned you shit like that would happen, and you ended up doing it anyway. So luckily for me, I was privy to this kind of thing. But again, my dude is assembling the cuck chair to sit in it. Month Emotional says, "Do we think adults would have a discussion like this via text?" Yes, they would. What the fuck are you talking about, dude? Are you kidding me? I didn't want to discuss this over text, but she had called me 3 times prior to our messages. I am refusing to see her till Tuesday and during our therapy session, so this is how we're communicating for time being. Like I said, this isn't how I wanted this to go, and even asked her not to do this over text, but I did. If by math you're mid to late 40s, there's a lot of life left and a lot of great women out there. I found an amazing one at 49. See, this is the thing that's so crazy, right? Mouth Emotional, right, is sitting here, and he's one of them individuals that like you'll always find a person that'll try to sit there and call every single thing fake. And again, I'm very good at spotting fake stories. It's very rare for a fake story to come by and slip by me, right? But the thing is, the individuals who are always calling something fake, they're never there for the actual fake fucking stories. You know what I'm saying? So silly. And yes, there are still good women out there at 49. And yeah, it's actually easier for you to find older women because older women, for some reason, they give up because they don't have the appeal that they used to have when they was much younger. So now they think that they're invisible. It's funny what the mental state does to women who are very, who had everything given to them on a plate. You were a grown up there. You was a grown up here. She was a child. Says it's a tumbleweed. She's about as mature as her actions would lead one to believe. You're owed the space to figure things out. She's pestering you into talking in a format and at a time you are uncomfortable with, and that's her not respecting a boundary that you set, a very reasonable one. Next time, I will just tell her no and block her for some time, and force a space you need to either heal or move on. You get to decide which you want to do, and you can't make the decision that's best for you with her in your ear. I'm gonna just sit here and say it like this: if he leaves that woman alone, she's gonna find some other dude to go fuck, and she's gonna move on. She's absent. So the way that it works, right, is that if he keeps playing that push and pull with her while she's still violating his boundaries, she's gonna eventually break through his boundaries or whatever like that until he cuts her off. You have some women out there that if they can't have you the way they want you, they want to be a thorn in your side. I've even had a woman admit this to me straight up. She was like, if I can't have you, I'm going to be spiteful towards you. So I'm always someone special in your life in some way. If you cut her off cold turkey and you live your best life, that's gonna make her miserable. But if she feels like she has some type of hold on you and you're holding off like this, she's just gonna move on. Believe me, she's just gonna. Again, if you really think this woman is not sucking and fucking somebody else right now while she's trying to get her family back together, you're gonna learn today. I beg of you to just divorce her. It's clear from her messages here that she's unrepentant, and that would not bode well for our future together. You deserve a life without someone who will betray you so deeply and who throws her self inflicted pain in your face to garner sympathy. You deserve better. This marriage is over. For your sake and the sake of your kids, pull the plug. There's too much resentment and hurt, and it's not good for either of you, and especially not for your kids. As someone that grew up in a house filled with tension and was younger than the kid your kids are now, do not put them in a situation where they literally want to be anywhere but at their house, because that's what I grew up in, a house, not an actual home. Yep, and that's true. A house is not a home, and a chair is just a chair. If there's no, what is it? And a chair is just a chair if there's no one there. I forgot who was singing that song, but yeah, it's true. I guarantee you, this scenario would have been completely different had the children had been younger. She keeps trying to you to play the children card, right? If the children was younger and she was able to pull them into court, I guarantee you she would be doing this man filthy, like a fucking. She would be skipping like a jump rope on this goddamn dude, doing him absolutely filthy. But the fact that the kids are older, she can't play that game, right? She's not going to be able to play that game. And even if she wanted to play that game, one of the children is old enough that he's like a, what is he? He's like a protective bubble, right? Or like he's like, what is the word? It's on the tip of my tongue, right? It's he's like a barrier, right? So even if the other child is younger, the older child is old enough that the courts will look at it. And this is just me. I could be completely wrong with me on this, but right. But she, in her head, she knows she can't pull game because the children are old enough. Right, one of the children is old enough, and the other kid is gonna follow the youngest is gonna follow the dad and also the brother if they're both boys. How can you even contemplate giving her another chance while you are in bed recovering? She goes and gets impregnated by a 25-year-old. The fact she tries to justify her actions in any way is mind blowing. All I see is pure selfishness. She will betray you again. See, this is my thing, dog. So she was just like, mind you, this wasn't a one time thing. This was a whole ass affair that she was doing. She got pregnant, meaning this man was busting all kinds of fucking gogurt inside of this woman over and over and over. She claims she's old. She wasn't old enough not to almost have a baby. And here's the thing. She could have did all these things, right, to prevent that from happening. But again, this woman is self-centered. She doesn't give a shit. My friend, when you set a boundary, stick with it. You said you didn't have time to talk until Tuesday, but she baited you in. You were much more civil than I would have been in your place. Her trying to act indignant at the end says she hasn't learned a damn thing. It's time to move on. Homie, divorce. Oh shit. Oh shit. This must be a brother over here. Homie, divorce her. She ain't sorry. She doesn't want burn consequences. She doesn't want to learn. Yeah, it's probably him. He's illiterate like me. I'm tired as hell. My eyes is blurry, but I'm not gonna make an excuse. I be fucking the English language up. Like man, I be, and it's crazy because I when I was much younger, I had a really high reading level, but this I don't know. I felt the fuck off. Goddamn. Or maybe I'm just nervous. I don't know. She ain't sorry. She doesn't want to learn, but it says want burn consequences for her actions. She gets away with it once. She's gonna do it again. Marriage over. Get out. God damn. Yeah, I get the feeling she's only thinking about herself and her life not changing. She's not really sorry and doesn't care about him or his feelings. She sounds selfish and self centered. This is the correct decision. There is no debate or rationalization for what she chose. Yeah, this is a no brainer. Divorce. Just start over with someone who's actually loyal. I normally hate divorce, but you're actually right. And here's the thing, dog. The amount of people who end up bagging some chick at older ages, right? You'll find those you might end up having a woman who has a single kid, right? But she's gonna be like, "Oh, I was a fuck up, and the guy wasn't shit, and I don't want him in our lives. Oh, damn, you a real man. You have two kids, and she did you that dirty. Oh, I'm about to show you some. I may have gray hairs, but I'm gonna show you some things. You know what I'm saying? So I don't even know what this man is stressing about. I normally hate divorce, but you're exactly right. Before he takes her back, just remember at one point it slipped out and she helped put it back. Oh God. Yo, you know what's actually funny about that? I used to always hate when people used to like antagonize people like that. Like, yo, just remember, dude, when you were sad and your grandma died, right? Tyrone was dicking her down long dick style, right? Like that method of like piss the dude off or make the guy hate the girl so that he moves on, right? Because for some people that does work. I used to always hate that. You know who was the worst for that for me personally? It was a fucking girl. She was a skater chick. I used to call her mosquito titty. She hated that shit, but she was cool as hell. Every single time somebody got like broke up with some chick, she would antagonize the fucking shit out of them just to be like, get over her. She ain't shit. She ain't shit. She wasn't sad when she was sucking some other dude, and she would say this shit straight to the fucking dudes. And everyone would be like, yo, shut the fuck up. But what are you gonna do? She was one of the homies. I guess that she just yeah, she was cool. Wonder what that girl's doing. Cheating is wrong. What she did is wrong. How you're feeling is valid, but she did not sleep with a child or a boy. She slept with a full grown man. Making her out to be a predator is wrong. I mean, I guess. I mean, I don't think he was calling her a fucking predator. I think that he was literally just stating that the boy is the 25-year-old is a fucking child, right? They made a child fucking decision. I mean, I don't know, whatever. I don't care. It's stupid. I think that that's stupid to even bring up. Sometimes, right, when it comes down to certain things, you gotta question when it's somebody who says something, and it's like, don't say shit if you ain't got nothing to say, right? That kind of shit. It's like in this situation, no one thinks that this woman is a fucking predator. No one's sitting here saying that, right? She made a stupid, fucked up decision, and you bringing that up just shows your lack of intelligence. Like no one cares about that shit. Shut up. This is like a case study in the difference between someone who is sorry and regretful, even genuinely sorry and truly regretful, and someone who is remorseful. They are not the same thing, and all the sorrow and regret in the world can't salvage a reconciliation. The only way reconciliation ever succeeds is when there is true and genuine remorse, which is something that can't really be faked or learned. People either have it or they don't. When someone is remorseful, their entire perspective and priorities shift completely. They are no longer focused on their emotions, their needs, their wants. Those things become unimportant, background noise to a truly remorseful person. Instead, they become razor focused on the person they've wronged and betrayed, focus on helping them heal, focus on giving them reassurance and stability, focus on helping them to get to the point where they can start to find peace. A remorseful person truly no longer cares about themselves much at all. They are tightly focused on their victim's recovery, willing to go through great lengths, make excessive sacrifices to try to help. They are actively seeking out things they can do and taking the initiative to try them, not wanting to be promoted. They aren't worried about the things like, but what about my rights? Who's going to take sure I'm taken care of, etc. Your wife realizes that that's thrown everything away. She realizes she's betrayed not only her husband, but each and every one of her children as well. Also, that she can pursue her self-centered, gross, worthless, selfish impulses. She's terrified at the thought of being held to the account for those betrayals she committed. She is desperate to find someone else to share blame with her. She might even truly be sorry for what she did, but she is very clearly not remorseful. On some level, she still feels she has a right to do what she did. On some level, she still feels her actions can be justified or that they aren't really her fault. As long as she remains in that state of mind, there is no home for any kind of reconciliation. Sorry, friend, it's not fair that she did this. She stole your agency. She stole your future and the future of your children. She didn't steal the future of his fucking children. His children's gonna be just fine. She stole your future and the future of your children. She took those vulnerable things from you and threw them in the garbage like they were worries, laughing in your face as she did so. Nobody in the world deserves that. And now, instead of taking accountability, she is just trying to rug sweep and spread blame around. Your kids need stability. They need a safe, reliable, solid, stable parent upon whom they can trust and rely. Their mother has proven that it can't be her. She's proven to them that when push comes to shove, she will choose her own petty selfishness over the needs of her children. Your needs, your children needs to you to stabilize. And the best way for you to do that is to let go of her for good. Let go of the woman you once believed her to be. Let go of the future with her that you invested so much into building towards. Give the loss of those things and then let them go. Cut her loose and move on. Learn to build new dreams. Good luck to you and your family. I hope you get all the healing and peace that you need. Even your STB, what the fuck is that? Even your STBXW, what the I don't know what that means. What does that mean? See, now I gotta type this goddamn thing. STBXW. What does that mean? Soon to be ex-wife. I hope she figures out that by staying in your lives from this point on, she could only hurt you and only hurt her children. But nonetheless, I hope she finds some healing for whatever trauma and mental health issues. Let her. Dog, what are we talking? I think that this was a very good post that this person posted. But I'm just gonna listen. My name is Jason of Auglitical. I'll swim through the politics so you don't drown too. I'm just a man trying to bring common sense in a world where common sense isn't so common. My final thoughts on this, totally not taken away from Jerry Springer. I don't think that she's remorseful. I don't even think that she really cares. What it is that she realizes that you are stability. That's really what it is. I think that what ended up happening was when she miscarried, right? Because she could pretend that she's sad and all of this other shit. I guarantee you, she would have, if she probably got caught, something happened, right? But let's say if she didn't get caught, let's say if you was unaware, you would have been unaware until she would have divorced you anyway. If she would have believed that this 25-year-old would have taken care of her. In her head, she probably believed that. Again, men and women are very different, and it will be hell frozen over with the chances that she didn't fuck with this younger man if there wasn't an emotional connection. See, guys, a lot of guys are capable of having sex, and it's literally just sex. Literally just sex. You will be hard pressed to find a woman who's having sex for the sake of just having sex. Now, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. As times get more modern in all of the wrong ways, and women are being more and more liberated in all of the wrong ways, sexually liberated and all of that, yes, there are a lot of women who are just having sex and then they try to have an emotional connection down the line. But this woman was already married. She already knew what it was like to be in a partnership and all of that shit. Trust me when I tell you, this was not just a physical fucking thing. Believe me. This was not just a physical, because let's be real here. If this was really just a strictly solely physical thing, she would have brought up polygamy to you. And you are what you seem to be, taking counseling, also posting your business on red, to be of that race variety that is vulnerable to having polygamy forced on you. Again, you're a little bit older, but it's never too late to diversify your friend group so that y'all can all learn from each other. You know what I'm saying? One person will bring the potato salad and realize that shit there needs to be more in a potato salad than just raisins. You can teach the blacks not to wash their chicken. Maybe put in a smoke detector. Maybe put a battery in a smoke detector. I don't fucking know. Again, we all need each other. And in this sake right here, what it sounds like, my dude, is you need actual dudes around you that look out for you. Actual dudes. Because it sounds like he's going through a lot of this bullshit alone. And here's the thing. Homeboy's doing all of the right steps besides letting her back into his life and string him on over and over and over. But he's a good guy. That's what it is. He's a good man. He clearly has fucking feelings for her. And she's going to keep chipping at that wall until she breaks him down. Anyway, that's the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave it in the comments. and I will catch you guys next time. Yo, what is it with these women letting these dudes bust their go-gurt in them, and they're in whole ass relationships? Huh. Back in my day, girl, man, everything. You had to fight for everything, dog. You had to fight for everything. These girls wasn't just letting you. They just wasn't letting you. It was you had to fight just to suck a titty back in the day. You know, be like, oh, yo, just suck the tip, man. You had put it in her